Good morning. Olsamoanam, Renmamak, and Rantavuha. I'm Ben Pluger, and I served as a Peace Corps volunteer in Central Pentecost in Group 16B in 2003 to 2005. And I joined the Peace Corps because I wanted to live in and adapt to a culture different from my own. What I didn't know before I signed up was just how much my time in the Peace Corps would shape who I would become in the future, with how it prepared me to thrive in intercultural environments, in challenging environments, in environments that I never expected to find myself in. I wanted to serve, I wanted to help, and I really wanted to have the opportunity to live in and adapt to other cultures. And Peace Corps was a great opportunity. Now, Vanuatu, at the time that I joined the Peace Corps, we weren't able to choose our assignment or our country. So I was nominated to be a secondary math and science teacher in the South Pacific, and I found out that I was going to Vanuatu about 6 weeks before my departure date. That said, if I had the chance to choose, Vanuatu would have been a great choice, and here's why. Despite being the most per capita linguistically diverse country in the world, the Bislama, which is spoken across different languages, is accessible and learnable for a native English speaker. And the culture is so different from our own. So with an accessible language, but such a different culture, I feel like the experiences for building intercultural competency and for learning are just immense. And especially at this particular time, as the impact of climate change continues to accelerate, Vanuatu is going to need more help than it has before. So I believe this is a place where you'll be needed and where you can learn a lot. You know, when you're building those intercultural relationships, I think that really builds worldwide empathy and helps make a smaller world. So I think there's a lot of good reasons to choose Vanuatu. Learn all that you can about Vanuatu, but do your absolute best to have no expectations. Keep your mind fully open and expect things to be really hard, but know that you're there to serve and know that you will get what you give. If you're making an effort to reach out and build relationships, people will reciprocate. The Ni Vanuatu are some of the kindest, friendliest, happiest people on the planet. It's true. And at the same time, it's a very different culture, and there can be times where you feel very isolated. And so you will find yourself having to put forth an effort to connect. But I believe you will find that when you put forth that effort, you'll be richly rewarded. Since my time in the Peace Corps, I've really had some wonderful opportunities that have opened up because I was in the Peace Corps. Through the Peace Corps Fellows Program, I was able to receive funding that covered all of my first master's degree and part of my second master's degree, which that led me to New Orleans, where I was a math teacher, and that moved me into becoming a vice principal. But also the intercultural competencies that I built or strengthened, at least, in the Peace Corps helped me be able to thrive in New Orleans, which in and of itself is very different from other places in the United States. As time would go on, I was able to continue my education, completing a doctoral degree, which opened up more opportunities, and I'm now working as an international school superintendent in Asunción, Paraguay, and it's a wonderful place to be and really engaging work. Since my time in Vanuatu, I've had the opportunity to live and work in New Orleans, to live in Guatemala, to live and work in Taiwan, to live in Canada, and so I feel that the skills of intercultural competency, flexibility, adaptability, and just the true joy of learning about others that I strengthened in the Peace Corps have really helped set me up for success. So if you're considering Vanuatu, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better place to devote a few years of service.